Hello beautiful people, my name is Carrie. I use tarot and oracle cards to bring you messages for your mundane and spiritual growth. Today I have a reading for you about how your inner transformation is attracting love into your life. Guiding our reading today we have Nellis the Alchemist. She's coming up because you have done a lot of work to transform yourself to make yourself into the kind of person that is capable of holding a healthy relationship, who is capable of supporting the beautiful and wonderful things that you want to have in your life. You have done a lot of transforming work and you are now at a point where you are ready. Okay. Coming in right off the bat, I have the Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is a very charming, romantic individual. Maybe a little bit cheesy at times when I pulled this card. I was looking at his Kelpie, the seahorse here, and I almost got the impression that like it was rolling its eyes at him. So maybe somebody's coming at you with some sort of cheesy pickup lines, something to make you laugh, some sort of jokes, some kind of a positivity that makes you kind of just want to giggle a little bit, but with this romantic kind of point of view. Alright, now you have been the hermit for quite some time now. You've gone within, you've done a lot of self-work, a lot of growing, separating yourself from other individuals so that way you could find the light within yourself. Okay, and the hermit here, he's got the star within his lantern. He has found the light within. He has found whatever secret, energy, power within himself. Okay. Now, if you have, you've been this hermit and you've been, away socially for quite a while, and you've found that inner light, now it is time to step outside of that hermit mode, right? And so what happens when this Knight of Cup meets the hermit? Okay, he uses this charm, this kind of cheesy romantic energy to disarm your defenses, to help you let your guard down, because he has something to offer for you. He recognizes that you have been building something. You have the individual in this Three of Pentacles here. He is working on, some of the very fine artistic details of this temple he's been building. In your classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you would see other individuals also in the card. The priest, and a wealthy individual who is financially sponsoring this. Okay, you have been building something, and now you have something, somebody coming along that wants to help you succeed with what you're doing. They want to provide you the resources and means that you can focus on your craft without worry, without lack, really have everything that you need in order to build something beautiful. Now, speaking of this temple, we have the Five of Pentacles. These individuals, interestingly, you're building, while you may be building this temple, this, temple of love within your heart, you have felt disconnected and left out for some time. You've seen other people with romantic relationships probably, and, wondered why you can't have that for yourself. You've seen people connecting, seeming to have an easier time with, social, connections than you have been. However, there is something you're not seeing. This Four of Cups speaks of an individual who has, created a certain amount for themselves. They have a certain amount of blessings, and they always feel like there's the one thing that, would make it worthwhile, and they don't have it. Except, it's a lot closer to you than you think. Now, when I pulled this and I was trying to compare it to the previous cards, Nellis, gave me this impression: just add water. Okay, and that's an interesting way to look at it because, the Hermit here, and the Knight of Cups. What would it take to break you out of Hermit mode? Well, just add water. You need somebody who's got a certain romantic energy, this kind of cheesy, corny, emotional energy, something that, will make you giggle with either their pickup lines or just their playfulness, Okay. And, when it comes to adding water, since you have gone in and you've done a lot of work, you've been through the energies of the devil. This is very much like in an underworld. You have these individuals, that they, in the, Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you would see them chained together. In this example, you have them chained, the chains are actually connected to the box, yada, yada, yada. The thing is, though, when you water a plant, water goes down into the roots, that is, its underworld, into the things that, you can't see. What happens is, now that you are watering and nourishing the plants, now that somebody is offering something to you, offering you emotional, support, physical support, whatever the case being, the things that you're growing, now being watered, can grow up. Okay. And now that things are growing, you have the ability to rest. This Four of Swords and the High Priestess. Okay. Because you are now able to relax, you can more easily tap into your intuitive abilities, through a restful state. Probably for a lot of you here, that would mean you would be getting some very interesting dreams that might be providing information for you. Pay attention to your dreams. That is a source of intuition, and if you keep a dream journal and start, figuring out what are the meanings of your dreams, your subconscious mind will see that as a cue to use your dreams to communicate with you. So you've got, this rest now because you have somebody offering to help you. You have the ability to, to be able to work on the thing that you want without the stresses of, making sure that you can meet those ends. This Ace of Cups here tells me that what we're getting here is a cracking open of your heart space, right? This overflowing of your heart space. And this has come about because of the transformation you have brought to yourself with the Judgment card here, okay? This overflowing of your heart space, literally your heart chakra, this energy, this light, this radiance that you let off, is now attracting someone. Now, in a previous love reading, we had, what was it? I want to say the Six of Swords, where there was the person on the boat, they're crossing, you see somebody off in the distance. This isn't in the distance anymore. Not only now are they close enough to see you, you're close enough to see them. You're not sure yet who's on the boats, but the boats are there. Your light is guiding them. Your light is pulling them in. You have been a self-made individual, right? Like I said, you've created a lot for yourself, you've done a lot of work for yourself, you've been tending your inner garden, right? You've been tending your inner world. But being used, you were in the hermit mode. You had a lot of this kind of Four of Pentacles energy, right? You have this individual, you've built up this security, this strength, these walls, and kind of ended up in this miserly energy. But the thing of the matter is, these walls, you don't have to hide behind them. You don't have to stay contained within your own personal little space, not letting someone in. As a matter of fact, you should very much venture forth, okay? The wall is still here. That represents the experience and challenges that you have had to overcome. And there is still a certain amount of healthy boundaries that you have, right? But it's not so high as to prevent, the sunflowers from being seen back here. You have this light. This is your energy. You can come out from behind your guard openly and freely. You have this joy, this unrestrained, renewed joy of the Sun card. Okay. And this is reinforced here by the Page of Wands. You have your energy now, right? You have not only do you have this bright energy, but you have the ability to focus this passionate energy into creation. You have this power that has been activated. You can direct it. You have this light. And you want to share this light, right? You share this light with community, Going back to the just add water, well, what happens when you pass light through water? You get this rainbow. Okay. All these possibilities, the diversity of life, the various kinds of people that you can connect with, the joy that you can have sharing with others, right? Because your heart now, the love that's overflowing from you, being that it's not dependent on, somebody else to give you this joy, you naturally just have this love that you just share with everybody, with community, okay? That Sun card sitting right next to the Six of Wands, right? Still the same sun, still a white horse. Now we're seeing community. You have left your guarded position and connected with others. When you build these connections with others, that is when people are magnetized to you. That is when somebody recognizing your inner child makes their inner child feel safe. The Six of Cups. And there's an offering. Okay. Hopefully this reading has been insightful for you about how the work on your heart space, the work on self-transformation and renewing your sense of joy, the natural tendency that you now have to just lovingly connect with others, is allowing other people's inner child to feel safe around your inner child, and how that is going to bring in and attract to you the love that you want in your life. If anything in this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would drop a comment. Go ahead and like the video. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Head into the channel and look at my videos. I'm sure you'll find something that resonates with you, and I'll see you in the next one.